How much do you know about your lungs? Lungs are the primary organ of the respiratory system in human. In our daily life, we always use our lungs for breathing since we need to extract oxygen from the atmosphere and transfer it into the bloodstream. And it needs to release carbon dioxide from the bloodstream to the atmosphere. Even higher lung capacity and threshold capacity are required, especially when playing instruments or exercising. Also, do you know what tidal capacity is? And what health issue would you have if human beings pump less oxygen into their bloodstream? You'll find out your answer after watching this documentary.
In order to investigate the lung capacity of our interviewees, we conducted an experiment and an interview between the two groups. So let's get started.
In these experiments, we lit a balloon ruler, notebook, and a calculator. Before the experiment started, the balloons were stretched several times to release, make it easier to inflate. Each participant was required to inhale and exhale normally into the balloon 3 times separately. For measuring the tidal capacity, each volunteer inhales normally and then exhales normally into the balloon. The diameter of balloon should be measured the same as the tidal capacity. For measuring the tidal capacity, volunteer inhales as much air as you can and exhale forcefully. We then drop down the measured data in the logbook and calculate the average value of the balloon.
I do exercise like 3 to 4 days a week.
I often do exercise every day. In a month, every day I always do exercise.
Around once a month?
Probably once a month.
For each time, I do exercise for like 2 to 3 hours a day.
And for one time exercise, I will do about 1 hour for the exercise.
Maybe 2 to 3 hours for each session.
Well, around maybe 15 minutes, I think.
I think doing aerobic exercises can enhance the function of lung capacity, because when you're doing aerobic exercise like running, jogging, or swimming, or even playing rugby like as I do, the lung is like inhaling and exhaling very intensely, and after a long period of time, your lung muscles will be strengthened, and as a result, your lung capacity will grow bigger and bigger. So I think there is a positive relationship between the lung capacity and the exercise.
I think if I do more exercise, the lung capacity must be increased for doing that exercise. Yes.
I think it has to be have relationship. I think like if you exercise more, you will have more lung capacity, in my opinion.
I think I'm not very good at exercise, so I don't really know, but I think maybe doing more exercise will improve your lung.
Experiment. We have conducted athletes and non-athletes comparison in both tidal and vital capacity. In our first comparison, which is the comparison in tidal capacity between the athletes and non-athletes, we asked 4 volunteers to fill up the balloons with their normal and wrestling breathing. From the results of the comparison, we can see that the average tidal capacities of non-athletes are lower than that of athletes. All volunteers' balloon diameters are shorter than 15 centimeters, even some are barely longer than 10 centimeters. However, most of the athletic volunteers can fill up their balloons longer than 14 centimeters in diameter. In our second comparison in vital capacity, the difference between the athletes and non-athletes are even more apparent. Firstly, as similar as the previous comparison, we can see that the average vital capacities of non non-athletes are lower than that of athletes. Secondly, only one of the non-athletes can fill up a balloon longer than 17 centimeters with their deepest breath in diameter. But averagely, most of the athletic volunteers can fill up balloons longer than 17 centimeters. Apparently, the average lung capacity of athletes is higher than that of non-athletes.
The maximum volume of air our lung can hold is about 6 liters. The threshold capacity of a lung is the volume of air that can be exhaled after a deepest possible inspiration. However, the tidal capacity is a little bit different. It means the volume of air that is inhaled or exhaled in only a single normal and resting breathing. A lung of an adult human male can hold approximately 6 liters of air. Just like other body functions, respiratory system ages too. The respiratory muscle strength decreases with age. Besides, our breath becomes thinner and even change shape as we get older. As a result, the breathage is more difficult to explain and construct as we breathe. Certainly, athletes have greater lung capacity than non-athletes. Because they more exercise, their body muscles need more oxygen. So, athletes' lungs can hold larger amounts of air in order to supply the need of oxygen. It's extremely dangerous if our lungs couldn't pump enough oxygen into our bloodstream. We could get hypoxemia and hypoxia. Both means lack of oxygen. Without enough oxygen, our brain, liver, and other organs can be damaged. Also, symptoms like color change of skin, confusion, rapid breathing, and sweating can occur.
To conclude, both tidal capacity and vital capacity of athletes are greater than non-athletes. It is because athletes need more oxygen when they do sports. Comparing the result for athletes and non-athletes, we find that exercising is a way to enhance the lung capacity.